Okay. Welcome. Right, this is a live trading session. Okay. Welcome. Right, I'm going to be sharing my screen. Bear with me. We're going to be having more live sessions in the coming year, 2021. But just to note that we are giving it a test run even before the end of the year. All right, bear with me. Let me just quickly share, the links everywhere. I know there are others waiting to join us. If you have just joined us, welcome. Now, do bear with me. Let me share the link. Okay. Now, I'm going to be looking today at how to use the currency strength meter, which I believe a lot of you would find useful. I'm going to be showing you how I use it. I know there are going to be others who perhaps use it in a different way, but the way I use it is what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Let me just share this link. Right here. It's generational wealth traders. Now, just in case you're joining us for the first time, yes, we are generational wealth traders. A Forex trading education platform. We also share lots of different tools, even amongst our members. Notably, currency strength meter. Also, lot size calculators, and a whole lot of different tools and resources. We have our own custom built indicators, as well as auto traders. Okay, so I'm basically going to be starting now. I'm just going to be, starting now. So what you have on the screen is, you can see it's a naked chart, even though it does have a number of indicators on there. It is nevertheless a naked chart. Okay. All right. So let me start. So basically, sorry guys, let me just okay. So basically what we have here is a naked chart for the pound USD. I've just chosen the pound USD. Really we can use any, it works with any currency, as the case may be. So even as we have here, like I said earlier on, we do have a number of indicators here. We have this on the right, top right-hand corner. This is known as the market price indicator. At the bottom right, we have the, the pipsometer. At the bottom left-hand corner, we have the GG trend bar. And of course, we have the one we're going to be looking at today, which is this one at the top left-hand corner, the currency strength meter. But obviously, we do also have, the generational wealth traders lot size calculator. So, okay, this is basically, these are the indicators we have here. But like I say, I'm going to be focusing on this one. I will touch on the trend meter as well, but we're focusing on the currency strength meter today. Bear with me. I am going to be, obviously, we are streaming on a number of platforms, so I am going to be going back and forth as it were. Let me just post this in our group, our Forex group, that is. Okay. Okay, so basically the way I would use this, the way I tend to use this is, having a look at these currencies. You can see there are various currencies there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 currencies there. And the way I would use it is basically go with the strength of each currency. At the top, very top there, you can see that is the CHF, the strength is 5.6, and the lowest or the weakest is the euro. So what you would do is to have a look at, a pair, to combine the CHF there at the top, and perhaps one of these other ones that are weak. So basically what you want to do is to combine a currency that is currently strong, as we have here the CHF, and one of the ones at the bottom, one of those at the bottom, which is weak, like perhaps the euro or the USD. So let's just have a look. We're going to be having a look at some of them, even today, during this session. But let's just quickly see now, how we would combine, this indicator, how we combine these currency pairs. So having a look at this now, we're going to combine Euro CHF. So let's just bring up Euro CHF. I mean, I'll go on to explain. Well, I suppose perhaps even before going there, let me explain quickly. Let me explain quickly how that works. We would combine the CHF, which is currently strong, with the euro, which is currently weak. Now, let me just bring out my pen and make some drawings here. So if you were to consider combining euro CHF, if we're to consider combining euro CHF, even as we have it here, I mean, as you can see right before our eyes, those numbers are changing. The strength, the strength of those currencies here at the top left-hand corner are changing. 1 minute we have the Aussie dollar, at 6.1. The next we have, the CHF at 5.6, and they are changing, and it's going to keep on changing if you were to stay on this for some time. But what we are doing now, we've chosen one of the ones that are strong, one of those currently strong, and that is the CHF at 5.7. And we're choosing one of the weak ones, the euro. So we know there is such a currency pair if we were to join those two, the strong and the weak. And we have, even as we do here, the euro CHF. So even by looking at that, if it tells us that the CHF is currently strong, we can see here, even with this pair, the first one here, the first currency here obviously is known as the base currency. In any pair of currencies, you have both the base currency, which is the first one to the left, and then you have the second one, which is the quote. So here it tells us that CHF is strong, which means the quote currency is the strong one of this pair. The euro is at the bottom there at 2.3. That obviously, even according to this, we have not even gone to that chart yet. We're going to be going to that chart soon. I'm going to be switching over to that chart soon. But currently, by looking at this currency strength meter, we can tell that it says that the euro is weak and the CHF is strong. So if it says the euro is weak, it means we would expect, the euro to be going down and the CHF to be going up. Obviously, what that, in turn means that if we were to bring up that chart now, we would expect it to be that because, the euro is strong, because the euro is weak and the CHF is strong, the pair will be trending down. Now, well, presumably that is what we are going to be seeing. So we are going to now switch over, even as we can see with this pair currently. We can see with this pair we are on, which is the pound USD. This is the 1 hour time frame. We can see that the pair is trending up, but having a look at, the currency strength meter here, it tells us that, the euro is weak, whilst the CHF is strong, which means that pair is going to be trending down. So what we're going to do now is to pull that up, and see. So let's look for that, pair, euro CHF. If we were to find it here, there we go. So let's drag it onto the chart, and we can see here. Wow, I suppose we are not surprised, because we had already, by having a look at this currency strength meter, we were able to quickly tell that the pair is going to be trending down. But not to be surprised if by that, you can see as well that each new chart you bring up, it will be listed at the bottom, below here. And you can see it is at minus 4.1. Well, it's changing. At least it is at minus 4. If it's minus, obviously that tells us it will be trending down. So one way you could look to use this, I mean, I don't tend to use it all the time, but when I do use it, the way I would use it is basically to come up here, have a look at the strength of the currencies, and immediately ascertain which one is trending up or which one is trending down. So if I see the combination here now saying that euro CHF is trending down, or well, the pair is weak, it means I'll be looking to sell. Not so much to buy. For those of us obviously who live in Europe, I mean, and if you do trade the London session like myself, it will be the case that if you want to use this currency strength meter, you would have to. It will be best to actually, get up early enough and see the direction of the market and decide, okay, if it says it's weak, it's trending down, maybe I should be looking to sell on this particular currency. So that is one way, you'll be looking to do that. Now, just to say again, it is a live stream we're having, today. We are going to be having more of such live streams in the new year, even as we have said. And this is obviously, you can say is a test run, as it were. It's a test run of what we are going to be doing in the new year 2021. It's going to be good, guys. If you're here watching this with us, just perhaps typing on the YouTube channel, not so much the Zoom, because I know some of you are on Zoom as well. Typing on the YouTube channel just to let us know where you're from. And I know it's the 31st of December here. Where we are all still waiting for the New Year celebration. It's already New Year in New Zealand. I believe it's also New Year in Australia now. So if you are watching from New Zealand and Australia, I would say Happy New Year. Okay, so this is basically the currency strength meter we're having a look at. So we're going to consider another pair. I mean, perhaps if we have time today, I would have a look. I might touch on, how perhaps I would go on to trade, this pair, having decided or having ascertained from the currency strength meter, which direction the market is heading. I mean, like I said earlier on, if it says it's selling, if it's going down, you don't want to be buying, as it were, unless maybe later on during the day, or if there's a change in the direction of the market. So let's just have a look at another pair. Like I did say earlier on, the way we tend to decide how to which one to go with is to choose one of the strong currencies and match it with a weak one. So we have so far had a look at Euro CHF. Let's now consider, perhaps we could consider, let's stick with CHF. We're going to have a look at some. We could go with CHF, which is currently strong, as opposed to going with the euro. Let's go with USD. I mean, we are going to skip pound. Well, pound and euro are kind of like related until the Brexit. So let's go with CHF USD. I mean, obviously, we know if we combine that pair, it's going to be one of the major pairs, which is one of the major pairs out there, which is USD, oops. USD CHF. Never mind my writing, guys. Okay, so we have USD CHF there. We are combining, CHF, which is strong, with USD, which is not so strong. Let's put it that way. Let's just take this off. So what we are, now looking at is going to be not so much the previous Euro CHF. We're now looking at USD CHF. Now, having a look at this, we can see CHF is still the strong one against USD. CHF is strong against the USD. So just like we had shown earlier on, it would thereby also mean that we have USD being the weaker one, that will be going down. That will be going down, and the CHF will be going up. So the CHF is the strong one, the USD is the weak one, and pairing them together, if we are pairing them together, it basically means because USD is the base currency, because USD is the base currency and it is the weaker one, we are going to expect it to be going down, because when it comes to having a pair like this, as in USD CHF, the base unit, the strength of the base unit is what determines which direction the market is going to be going. So if the base unit, or I call it base unit, or base currency is weak, the pair will be going down. The pairs, together will be going down. If the base currency is strong, it will be going up. Now, as we have it here, because USD is the weaker one, it's going to be going down, just like the previous example. We're also going to consider another one where we have, the pair going up, and then we will finally look at, a third scenario where, the strength of both currencies in the pair are kind of like similar. So let's now also bring that USD CHF chart on. USD CHF, you can see, these pairs at the top are the major pairs. Let's drag this in. Okay, so we're expecting it, because USD is the weaker one, we're expecting it to be down, to be trending downwards. Wow. We're not surprised. Even as we saw, it is trending downwards. Now, this is the 1 hour time frame. I know, the question you might be asking, or what you might be thinking now is, what will be happening, with, what will be happening with if it was on a different time frame? Well, we're going to have a look at that as well. Let's just see. So this is the 1 hour time frame. I have basically chosen the 1 hour time frame because it's kind of like, middle ground, if you like. I mean, if you consider, the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, then you go to the extreme end of the, the 1 minute time frame and the 5 minute. The 1 hour time frame is like, in the middle, But let's now go to the daily. Okay, before we do that, let me just explain something, because what will be good to note as well is, well, you can see, even like I said earlier on, the strength is going to keep on changing. I mean, now we see it was 5 point something a while ago, it became 6 point something. Now it's 7.3. That is, the strength of CHF, which basically means CHF is currently going stronger. Whatever the reason is, I do not know. There might be some news out there that we don't know about, or it could just be some other market forces that's making it strong currently. Anyhow, it is currently at 7.3. So what I am basically saying is, because the strength is always changing, as of the time of this live recording, it's currently almost 1:30 in the UK, 1:30 p.m. in the UK. Now, if we were to come 3 hours later, 4 hours later, maybe who knows, even next hour, this can actually change from 7 and become 2. So you can, for instance, wake up in the morning, to trade the London session, you're wanting it to be the case that you see that the CHF is strong, against lots of other pairs, which basically means those pairs will be trending downwards, and you decide it's going to go down all day. No, if the strength of this changes, during the course of the day, you can be sure the market will reverse, and the price will begin to go in the opposite direction, as it were. So let's just now go to the higher time frame. We're on the 1 hour. On the higher time frame, we see, okay, well, this is the daily time frame now. So we can see it seems as though the CHF has been strong against the dollar for quite a while. Oh yes. I mean, this is where we are now. This is the current market price. This is the current price, the daily time frame. The day is not over, but we see that it is currently lower than it was yesterday, and lower than it was the day before, and the day before, and weeks before. As a matter of fact, let's just quickly go to the weekly time frame. So the CHF has been strong now for some weeks. The CHF has been strong for some weeks. That's what that tells us. Let's Let's try the month. Even over the months, the CHF has been strong. Now, I suppose I am perhaps glad I'm doing this video today as well, because I have not been trading any pair related to the CHF, lately. And obviously I haven't been trading myself, and members of my team, members of our trading community have not been trading, as much as we normally do, I believe, in the last couple of weeks because of the Christmas vacation, Christmas break and all that. But it's good to know now, even having seen this, that the CHF seemed to have been strong for quite a while. This is a monthly time frame, so we'll see over the months. Each candle obviously represents a month. Over the months, it's been strong. Hence, the pair is going down. Let's go back to the daily. I suppose I say I'm glad I did this, because I'll be looking to trade this now. When we start trading in the new year, this is one of the pairs, obviously, one of the currencies I'll be having a look at. So we can see anyway, even as I did say a while ago, because the base currency here is weak, is the weaker one, as we see here. That's why it is the case that as a pair, USD CHF is going down. It's currently going down. As you can see, in between, within the downtrend, we do see some, daily candles that are green, because the price does not go down or go up in one straight line. There usually will be a zigzag, retracement and all that. The day is not over. The candle is still red, which is bearish, but believe me, who knows? Anything can happen, and by the end of the day, it would end up green, which obviously means that it would have to go up by at least 18 pips or so. And I'm sure we know as traders, if you're watching this as an experienced trader or one who's been trading for even a short time, the price can move by 18 pips at any time, even especially on the major pairs. So even though it's currently red, it can move by 18 pips, and be green, which obviously means it could turn bullish in no time. So what we're going to do now is to now have a look at a pair where the currencies that make up the pair are of more or less the same strength. Let's just have a look at one of such, and by doing so, we could either decide to stick with. We could decide to stick with the CHF. Yeah, okay, I think we'll do that. Then we'll come and try, an entirely different pair which has no CHF in it. So if we stick with the CHF now at 6.6 and pair it up with Aussie dollar at 6.3, let's see what will happen. So let's do that. Let's go back to our market watch window again. We're now looking for Aussie dollar CHF. There we go. Now, they are more or less of the same strength. Okay, so let's go to where we are at today. Wow, we can see what's going on there now. This is now Aussie dollar CHF. Now, the question is, what do we make of this? I suppose, this tells us something. When the pair, when the two currencies in the pair are of more or less the same strength, we might not want to necessarily trade that pair. We might not necessarily want to trade that pair, even though, as we can see here, it's been trending up. The price has been trending up for some days. What does that tell us? It tells us that, yes, let me again bring out, bring this out. This is Aussie dollar CHF. Okay, now if Aussie dollar CHF has been, trending up in the last couple of days, I'll pull up the period separators, guys. Okay. Okay, so this lines is what we call the period separators. It separates it into days. So I mean, this is today, and this is yesterday, which was Wednesday. So for the last 2 days or 1.5 days, if you like, it's been trending up, which tells me if this pair has been trending up, it basically means the Aussie dollar has been the stronger one in the last day or so. That's basically what that tells me. In the last day or so, if this pair is trending up, because like I said earlier on, the base unit or the base currency is what determines which direction, or the strength of the base currency is what determines which direction the market is going to go. So if it has been trending up, it basically means that this has been stronger, in the last perhaps, couple of days, or at least over 24 hours, it's been stronger. Let's now even go to the daily, for instance. Let's see how strong it has been. Let's see which one has been stronger, for some days. This is the 1 hour time frame. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so on the daily time frame, let's take away the period separators. So on the daily time frame, we see, okay, fine. We see that, in the last couple of days, as well, not just couple, in how many days? Let's see. In the last 16 days, at least from here, the price has been going up. So that tells us that at least for the last 16 days, well, I would say more, because if you were to consider the fact that if we are here now on this day, and if you look at previous days, just look to your left, you can see, the Aussie dollar has indeed been the stronger one. At least from here, it moved all the way up. Yes, it pulled back, only to continue on its upward journey. So we do see here that the Aussie dollar has been the stronger of the two. But I would say, at least we know, nevertheless, in the last 2 days or so, well, at least today, maybe not necessarily the last 2 days, but at least today, as of now, they are currently equally matched. So how would I trade this? How would I trade this, or how would I use the currency strength meter? Even as I have said before, if you just joined us, I will basically, consider the stronger of the two pair, the stronger of the two currencies. So thanks to all who are currently, with us, those who are, joining us, who have joined us on YouTube and on Telegram. Well, okay, I suppose, some of you, joined us from Telegram. Now, if you're currently not, before I carry on, if you're currently not a member of our Telegram channel, I would recommend you do join us there. Good morning, good morning. I would recommend you do join us there. Hello, Dr. Kada, nice to see you. I would recommend you do, join us on Telegram if you are not part of our Telegram channel, and of course, join us on Facebook as well, so that whenever we are having, these live sessions, you would know, you'll be among the first to find out. We are more active, as it were, on Telegram, so it is the case that that's most likely where you will get to know about this first, unless you are part of our channel on YouTube. Okay, so do let us know where you are coming in from. I did say Happy New Year to those in New Zealand earlier on. I don't know if there's anyone watching us or joining us today from New Zealand, but if you are, then Happy New Year, because it's already New Year there. Okay, so coming back to the chart here, like I did say, with this one, this pair, the Aussie dollar CHF, it's going to be a bit of a tricky one, to trade, unless perhaps, you've decided it's an uptrend, you want to go with the uptrend. But as it relates to choosing whether you want to take this trade, based on just having a look at the currency strength meter, I would not decide to go with this pair. I would not have come to this pair if I had seen just the strength here. But because we are doing this just to show you how I would trade using this, that's why we've chosen to come on the AUD CHF today. But if I just basically look at my left hand side here at the currency strength meter, I would not go with AUD CHF because they are equally matched in strength. I would instead look to go with a strong currency, combine it with a weaker one. If you've just joined us, we have looked at the CHF and the USD before. We also looked at CHF and Euro. Well, you can see Euro was weak earlier on. It has actually now moved up. Again, what I was saying earlier on, you can have a look at it at the beginning of your trading session, but note that, price is king at the end of the day. You want to definitely come to the chart and look at what the price action, is telling you overall. So you can see this now saying that the UAD and the CHF are equally matched, even as we can see here. But overall, we can see it is in an uptrend. So if I'm going to be trading this will basically just give me a guide as to the direction of the currencies or the pair, but I would ultimately decide which one I trade or when I do enter trades based on price action or any other indicator that I use. So even just to round up, we focused mainly on the CHF today. So like I did say, let's now have a look at other currencies that are more or less equally matched or of equal strength. So let's consider the CAD and the JPY. They are both at 4 point, just over 4 point something now. So let's have a look at that pair and see what we find. So let's match CAD JPY. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's match CAD JPY. So going with CAD JPY. So going with CAD JPY, because they are of the same strength, it's going to be the case that you cannot conclude that the pair is going to be trending down or trending up until you actually go there. Whereas when we matched the previous pairs or previous currencies together, whereby one was strong and one was weak, we could tell straight away which way the market was most likely going to be heading. But with this one, because they are equally matched, until we go there, we would not know if the pair is currently trending down or up. So let's now go there. Let's pull up our market watch window. That's CAD JPY. Drag it in here. Oh well, I suppose we are not too surprised that it's more or less this is the 1 hour time frame. It's basically ranging at the moment. It's basically ranging. Now they are equally matched now, but let's go to the daily time frame and see what it's been like over the last couple of days at least. If we go to the daily time frame, we see we see what's happening it's basically, well, let's focus on the current candles, on the daily candle. We can see in the last couple of days, at least in the last 3 days, the price has basically, been ranging, been in the range of about 53 pips or so. So it's not really pushing up as much as perhaps some of us would like. This is where it started moving up. Over the last couple of days, it's only done about 90 pips. But going with the currency strength meter, I would not have chosen this pair. I would not have chosen this pair, and to be honest with you, perhaps I would not have been disappointed. Why? Because they are currently more or less equally matched, and no surprise that the price is the way it is, whereby it's just been in that range. Now, like I said, the strength of one of them could actually change in the next couple of hours, which means that the pair would then push up or push down, so that you will be able to trade it more comfortably. However, as it is now, I would not trade it, and I would not advise, if you are going to use the currency strength meter to determine which pair you're going to trade for the day, I would not advise you go with currencies that are equally matched. Instead, choose one currency that is strong, pair it up with another one that is weak, and obviously you would then be able to decide. Now, just as a bit of an extra, even though I did say we are focused on mainly the use of currency strength meter today, what you could also do is to, throw in your moving average, perhaps your, 50 period moving average, to determine which way you would want to take the market. Let me just do this. Okay, let's take this off. So as an extra tool, to help you, you could basically throw in the 50 period moving average and decide, okay, from looking at this now, because the price is currently above the 50 SMA, you could decide, okay, fine, I'll be looking to buy only. But even then, I would always say, to do further analysis, because we have this range here, I would not even, this is not a pair I'll be looking to trade at all at this point. Because we currently have, this range here, I would not be looking to trade this pair at all until it breaks, out of this box I've just drawn, either to the downside or to the upside. Then I'll be looking to trade it. For me, it's not good enough that it is currently above the 50 SMA. I want to, I want something more. I would want something more to decide whether to jump in this trade or not. Anyhow, this is basically what we decided to share with you today. And like I said, in the coming year, we're going to be having a lot more live sessions like this. I would definitely encourage you to join us whenever you have the chance. Perhaps you could also throw in some questions to me, some questions at me as to what you want us to cover, and we will do that. Obviously, we are not going to be going too deep, as that would be unfair on our paying members. But as much as possible, I want to let this be an introduction to Forex, to those who will join us here, and perhaps not just introduction to Forex, but we would give you a bit more tips and tools that would come in handy, as it were, for you to make your Forex journey a profitable one. Now, just before we go, I do not intend to keep you for too long. Just before we go, let me take a sip of water. and I will show you a few more things that you could use. Obviously, if you've just joined us, if you joined us late, then it could be the case that I know some of you are on YouTube and some of you are with us on Zoom. There are other indicators here that you could actually avail yourself of if you are part of our community. Otherwise, we could send it to you via email, as it were. Even as I did say earlier on, we do have this bit at the top right-hand corner, which is the market price. As you know, we all use various trading platforms, MT4, different brokers, trading view. This market price basically, I would say, it brings the price to an equilibrium whereby, if one broker is at an extreme high with regards to the price of the currency, this market price will be in the middle. Then I'm sure some of you might have this one, which is the currency, well, the pipsometer. If you, just in case you don't know how that works, let me just enter a trade just for the sake of it. Okay, so I've entered a trade now. You can see, it tells you how many pips up or down you are. So that's the way that works. That's the pipsometer or the pip counter. But then you have the one we've been looking at today, which is the currency strength meter. We also have this one at the bottom left-hand corner here, which is the trend bar, the trend meter. So this one is the currency meter, currency strength meter. This one is the trend meter. I'll be looking at how we basically use this some other time. It is quite helpful as well. But like I always say, indicators and all the tools in the world are good, but make sure you know more than just how to use them. You want to also understand price action. That is basically, one of the things, well, one of the modules we cover, even in our generational wealth traders community. We basically provide Forex educations, provide trade signals and all whatnot. You would have access to all this, as our member, but even for the sake of this, we make this available free of charge. Some of the other tools obviously is for our members only, but these particular ones, listed on here on the chart today are available to you for free. There is this lot size calculator that is also free. It basically tells you, it gives you an idea of what lot size you should use for your trades. If, for instance, you're going to enter a trade on card JPY like I just did, it basically works out your account balance. You don't have to type in your account balance. It works out your account balance and gives you the suggested lot size you should use. If, for instance, you're trading 1%, let me just quickly have a look at that. There is another video on the YouTube channel, for that. But let's just quickly have a look at that. So that's basically the lot size calculator. If you're wanting to risk 1%, you basically change that to 1%. If you're wanting to risk 5% of your account, well, I'm not suggesting you do that, but if that's what you want, well, let's just stick to something. Let me not seem to be recommending something that's not the best for most of us. So if you want to use 2% of your account, you will go with that. If you are wanting to go with 50 pip stop loss, you type it in there. If it's 75 pip stop loss, you type it in there, and you basically click on OK, and it will tell you what lot size you should use. I mean, there's no place here where you have to type in your account size, because it's able to pick up your account size without you typing it in. So with this one, for instance, the text size, which is 12 here, that's basically the size of this. If you want to make it bigger, you use a bigger number. If you want to make it smaller, you do likewise. And the corner is 4 because it's at the top left-hand corner. If I wanted it to be here, I'll type in 1. If I wanted it here at the bottom right, I'll type in 3. And if I wanted it here, it'll be 2. But here, 4 is over there. So having done that now, let's now see what is going to suggest what lot size I should use. Now you can see here currently it says 0.01. That is because that was the lot size we used for the last trade. If I'm going to use a different lot size now based on what I want, what the figures I typed in there, I've chosen the percentage and the stop loss. If I click on OK, it's going to show me a new lot size. Okay, well, okay, it's saying the same thing. So let's do that again. Let's try something different then. So let's go with, let's say I want to use 5% of my account, and I want to go with just 15 pips. Well, you can see here, it tells me I will need to then use 0.19 lots. So that's the lot size calculator. Like I say, if you are part of our Telegram group, you know what? Let me, quickly now, give you the link for our Telegram group just in case. Otherwise, do send me your email address and we will send them to you. But the best place to get them will be at, will be our Telegram channel. Let me just, give you the link for the Telegram channel. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Telegram, Telegram is similar to WhatsApp, except that most of those who are into online business, network marketing, as well as Forex trading, prefer to use Telegram. But overall, it is similar to WhatsApp. So that's that's it for that's the link to our Telegram channel. Feel free and you could download them there for free, and hopefully have a chat with you. We'll be having another session, in the new year, first week in the new year. So do feel free to join us. I hope you've gained much from even the session today, and see you next time. God bless.